Hey guys, it's TEW2016 here and welcome to another edition of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, TNA's Making an Impact. You join us here on the road to Hard Justice, and we have just 2 weeks to go until that big pay-per-view. We're trying to put together as good a card as possible, so we've got 15 good segments here which hopefully build up a lot of storylines and put across some of our better workers who will hopefully, as I say, steal the show on that evening. So without further ado, we will crack on with the show. Apologies, it was a little bit later in going up. Work's been hectic, so the taping is a little bit behind schedule. But we're full of momentum and I say hopefully going to be hitting the national stage very soon. Let's crack on with another TEW show. So we're in the Felder Stadium. We start off with 4 of our top athletes in the company. The champ, Fergal Devitt, we've got Samoa Joe, we've got AJ Styles, and we've got Stu Barrett in a segment. Now this is basically going to be a bit of a revenge segment for Stu Barrett. He's obviously upset, he's been upset by the likes of Ricochet with fluke victories, the lucky pinfall, the roll-up last week. So he's in the ring, he's just saying, you know, he's fed up of getting basically treated like crap here, you know, these jokes going up on him. So he wants to basically defeat the man who started the downward spiral for Stu, which was of course Samoa Joe. And of course we end up seeing the champ out as well, Fergal Devitt. We have AJ Styles just saying, you know, I'm going to be facing you one day or another, I'm going to become the champion, I'm the best in this company. It just leads to a whole free-for-all, which means our main event match is made on the spot by our GM, Brandy Runnels, or Brandy Rhodes. And it is going to be Fergal Devitt, the champ, teaming up with Samoa Joe to take on AJ and Stu Barrett. Remember, Samoa Joe has been calling out the national champion Shibata, who has not been seen since his defeat to Fergal Devitt in the champion versus champion match. So a B80 segment to start the show very strong. Got the crowd hotter. Devitt was good, and the championship storyline advances and gains heat. So we start off our first contest. It was a match that cooled the crowd a little because it was 2 of our X Division superstars. It was abysmal, but Pete Dunne defeated Mandrews in 8-16 by pinfall. Went E28. Pete Dunne, of course, just making his second appearance on Impact to build him up from scratch. He gets the win over Mandrews, and the Bruiserweight continues his good run of form, although apparently he's put it portraying a heel. I disagree. After the match, we see him backstage and he gets into a bit of a confrontation with another British X Division star, and that is, of course, Rockstar Spud. They come to a heated, basically, shouting match, if you want to call it that. It leads to a bit of a brawl between the 2 of them, and it takes security, road agents, referees to split these 2 up. But could we see Pete Dunne's first feud being with Rockstar Spud? So E-21 as we try and build up more of the X Division. Next up, we've got a promo from Liv Iana and Jesse Godderz. Let's make Jesse Godderz great again. Thankfully, we're just trying to do it with one wrestler and not a full company, like TNA, Impact Wrestling, whatever they're called next week, the Owl, Anthem, you name it. So D43 though, as they were slowly but surely getting Jesse some wins, getting him some momentum. And he wins again. This time Trevor Lee's the one who's on the receiving end of the defeat, so a good win for Jesse. 6 minutes 13 he wins with the stunner. Okay matchup, nothing special. Trevor Lee the far better athlete in this matchup, or the far better in-ring performer I should say. But a few positives, still negative crowd reaction for Jesse, but hopefully one day the crowd will accept him. Next up we had some 8-man tag team action, and it was about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It saw the team of Abyss, Doomsday, Bram and TJ Perkins defeat Rey Mysterio Jr., Jay Lethal and the American Wolves in 12-11 when Doomsday defeated Rey Mysterio with a chokeslam. A B-77 keeping the team of Abyss and Doomsday absolutely strong, and a good win for the likes of TJ Perkins over Jay Lethal as he reigns supreme in the X Division. Couple of good performances there, a couple of not so good there. Doomsday struggled a little bit. Of course, obviously with Glenn Jacobs' age, that's understandable. But in terms of storyline perspective, it still shows 2 dominant monsters wreaking havoc amongst the X Division, or the Tag Team Division, sorry. Next up, we've got a little backstage segment. It's just really the Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, the BC, Nick and Matt Jackson, just really mucking about backstage, dicking around. They eventually bump into Brandy Reynolds. She basically says, you know, you think this is a big laughing joke. You're meant to be representing our company, making our company look like $1,000,000. So how about, because you're not booked tonight, let's have a match up. We're going to see Nick Jackson in action, and he's going to take on the best in the world at what he does, the GOAT, Chris Jericho. So C62 for that segment, as Jericho and Nick Jackson will go one-on-one later tonight. Next up, we've got some knockouts action, and in some decent action, it was Rosemary, the person that seems to be dominating social media for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? And Madison Rayne defeating the team of Gail Kim, Jade and Becky Knox in 9:27 when Rosemary defeated Gail Kim by pinfall, winning an Olympic slam. C+66, a very good matchup from our knockouts. Got the storyline advancing, unfortunately losing heat. The crowd got hotter. Good performances from all of our knockouts bar Madison Rayne. Of course, she's not really been on television, so it's time to build her up. Good performances. Rosemary with a 68, impressive. Britannia Knight with a 66, and Becky Knox as well for good performance. So they're slowly getting over. Not quite at the overness of my WWE women's athletes, but still at a good rate. And of course, there's still time to build them up. And I'd say it's probably one of the most competitive knockouts divisions there possibly is at the moment. Next up, we've basically got Jeff Hardy backstage, and he's beat down and then covered in blood, looking dazed. It's basically been a bloodbath. He's been attacked by two wrestlers apparently. I wonder who they could have been in this storyline I've got going between him, Matt, and Abyss and Doomsday, but he's been attacked. Jeff Hardy is left in a heap of blood. B-77 for that mysterious assault on Jeff. Next up was that superb matchup between Y2J and Nick Jackson. Jericho picking up the win in 10:28 with the codebreaker at B79. Jericho's good in-ring performance there. Nick not far off him in terms of in-ring performance. Jericho's obviously declining physical ability, but we've got to make use of him while he's still got decent stats before they decline. Like my WWE save, they decline pretty drastically and very quickly. Next up, we've got Stu Barrett cutting a promo. He basically just says, you know, he's looking forward to his match tonight, getting revenge on Samoa Joe. That little pipsqueak Ricochet, he better stay out of his way. You know, let the big men, the big boys fight. You know, he can get back to the X Division. Just leave him alone and let him focus and get these run together, coming back to the World Heavyweight Championship picture. So it's a C+67 promo. Speaking of Ricochet, he was in action, and it was about they had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from our crowd. And it saw him and Adam Cole defeat Mike Bennett and Brian Cage in 11:45 when Adam Cole defeated Brian Cage with a flying crossbody. Very good B78, Ricochet with a weak performance there. Everyone else performed very well. Just seems like Bennett and Cage just can't seem to get a winning run together. It seems a win one week, a loss the next. Not going to be good for them going forward. And after the matchup, they've got a little confrontation between them. But at the end of it, they go, calm down, relax. We're still good friends here. We're going to beat the BC. We're going to become tag team champions again. All will be fine. And that leads to a C62 as both of them head to the back without coming to blows. And our main event, not really a lot of action today for the likes of Fergal Devitt and AJ Styles. Just put them in action tonight. Put on a good match. But it was about with superb wrestling and great heat. And it saw Stu Barrett and AJ Styles defeat Samoa Joe and Fergal Devitt in 17:32 when AJ Styles defeated Samoa Joe by pinfall with a springboard 450 splash, following interference from Shibata. So Fergal Devitt carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. AJ was off his game. Fergal in 93 performance. AJ is declining as well a little bit, so he only gets a 77. But overall, the match got a B81, two storylines, one advancing and gaining heat, one starting. And yeah, so Shibata decides he's going to return, and after the call out from Samoa Joe, he's going to attack him and just show him who's boss. But a good win for AJ as well, giving him momentum going forward, and we end up with a B78, which increases our pop in 23 regions. So going forward, I can confirm at Hard Justice we are going to see the hardcore style match between the Hardys and the team of Abyss and Doomsday. We are also at the moment confirming we'll be seeing Ricochet take on Stu Barrett in one more match. We are also going to see the National Championship on the line between Samoa Joe and Shibata. And it's going to be for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It is going to be the phenomenal AJ Styles, the man, the main face of TNA, against the champion, the dominant champion, Virgil Devitt. And that is us only just getting started. That's still not including what's going to happen in the X division, what it's also going to mean in the tag division, and of course what is next for a very, very competitive knockouts division as well. So let's quickly nip back to the main screen. So happy when I said nip there, it did not appear to be page on the screen. Oh, that would have been awkward. But let's have a look. Everything seems to be fine here. Let's look at the Impact. Excellent. It seems to really struck gold with the show. Kenny Omega's back from injury. Perfect. So that means we can push Kenny going forward. Quite upset his stats aren't really as good in this mod because it is an old mod. As I say, we did start the save pretty much when when TEW came out. So we're thinking this mod's going to be nearly a year old. So obviously stats are not reflected of how good a wrestler this guy really is because he's fucking amazing. But yeah, happy with that. 4K for our drug testing and a 6.02. So good competitive level. We remain in terms of our ratings, and the also saw the end of Bobby Roode. He'll be leaving soon. Well, not leaving tomorrow, but he'll be leaving soon as his contract's up. I just don't have anything for him, so just gonna let him go. Healthy position financially. Size, that was in the Great Lakes, so that's still at 63. Let's say if we keep improving like we are, hopefully, as I say, that'll push on and get to the 65 mark. Good to see the Midwest is pretty much dominant. That's well over that. So we're closing in. As I say, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 regions over the estimated national level. Couple to get there. It's only going to be maybe a month or so before we get there. But things are looking good. If you've got any predictions for what you feel is going to happen at Hard Justice, if you can predict the rest of the card, let me know what you think. What do you think of the matches that I've announced so far? Do you see us having a new champion? Who is this higher power that has been mentioned by the likes of Abyss and Doomsday? Who could that possibly be? Who's been causing that kind of mischief? And yeah, just in general, what's your thoughts on TW? How are your own saves getting on, guys? Let me know what you think. If you get any questions about the game in general, I'm not the greatest technically, but I can certainly give it a shot. If not, there could be someone else within the comment section who might have an idea how to help out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. It's deeply appreciated. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions, all that jazz is always deeply appreciated. As always, as I say, yeah, just keep enjoying the game, guys. We are closing in that 1 year anniversary. The reason I know that, because I took my notepad for storylines with me to WrestleMania last year in preparation for TW coming out. So I know we're only maybe 2 months, not even 2 months, 6 weeks away from the 1 year anniversary of TW. So hey, never know. Might just be 2 years until the new one's out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Deeply appreciated. And hopefully, I shall see you Sunday for another tournament with the WWE. I believe it is Tag Team Invitational. So check that one out. That was a goodie. Until then, take it easy. Bye bye.